I think we can mind game them into making a bad call. Either they keep this engine, or they keep rest of the board. I think this is the split. Man, we are so good at evil Liliana splits, because they will hope that we can that they will win the game with this. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and you have seen some insane Liliana splits. I'll tell you, man, it wasn't even the start of this epic game. There will be so much action, you are not prepared for it. So bring some popcorn. Other than this, we are going ultra discards, super heavy with Ruthless Negotiation into Bandit talent that will draw so many cards today. I actually wanted to check the card for myself because my opponent was never able to draw a card with this. So I thought, I will do it myself and I will show how you draw with Bandit talent, and we did. With Heist you can steal cards, you will see some counter spells stolen in today's games, and if you ever wonder how this works with spree cards, after today's video you will know exactly. So honestly we are discarding at literally every part of the curve and it just destroys hands so quickly, man. Your opponent will be at 0 basically every game. And we have natural card advantage with Negotiation, Virtue of Persistence, and Aclazotz, and even the Hostile Investigator, and of course Talent, the biggest card advantage of them all. So we are making sure that we are always ahead in this trade. So guys, let's go into games. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon, it really does help and you know, it makes a difference. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy this and have fun. Alright, we're going first, which is amazing with this draw because we have those 2 4-drops. So on the draw we would probably, those will be too light, but on the play we can actually start getting the value. So normally the guy on the draw gets card advantage, but here when we cast Investigators we are always getting card advantage. Like this is 3 for 1 if your opponent has cards. So yeah, they won't like it. However, we still need to get into 4 mana. We need to cast those. They might counter spell. Yeah. It seems like a control deck, so I will try to steal a counter spell from them. Here we go. Here we go. Do I want no more eyes? Or 3 steps ahead? I actually have to pay the kicker in blue mana, right? So, right? How do you work exactly if you make cast that card and mana? I think this is part of spending the card. So we can start to draw cards maybe? Let's try it. Let's try it. I actually never tried this combination. I think you can... I think all of the costs are part of the casting, and it states that you can use mana of any type to cast it. So I would guess that it works like this, but I'm not sure. They have Demolition Field and Fountainport. I will go like this. I'm not sure if it works, but I want to know for sure, so we will try it, and I will get either a lot of great comments or angry comments, alright? I'll roll my dice. Alright, they don't want to give us the satisfaction. And of course they are keeping the counter spell. The only counter spell, huh? So if we cast Investigator, that's really good for them, right? They will just pass the turn. We could cast Bandit talent on the next turn. I will assume that I can batter their hand. This will get countered 100%. It's insanely good card. My idea is that they won't draw another counter spell, so I can catch them off guard on the next turn. That's the play, that's the play. And then we can try to follow up with Bandit talent. Like with Ruthless Negotiations, you can go so hard on the discard. Especially that you redraw another card that can be another discard. Here you go. That's exactly what I meant. And let's start with this one. Our opponent doesn't know that he is getting super hit instantly. And even though he has the cards right now, it will change very quickly. 3 steps ahead will be useful later, right? I'm the attacker, you know, I have 1 counter spell. They have half of the deck of the counter spells, so even it's for the late game for this 1 huge play. Alright, that's good value. Let's go for this one. Another card. And this will be Smite probably, right? I guess the Sunfall is not as good here. So basically Sunfall and Smite does the same thing on this particular board state, but one costs 5 mana at sorcery and one costs 1 mana. Oh wow, this is a heavy commit. Oh, are you ready? You know what's going on, right? You love it. This is so perfect. They need to discard both because those are lands. 2 for 1. Oh, it feels great. It feels great. However, we will have to get rid of Elspeth. They will start to be aggressive. I can draw a card with this crew. Or counter something. I cannot level up meaningfully. You know what? We just go for this level. I mean, it's a start, right? I still don't know if I even can play this. Alright, this won't be easy. They will probably start minus to this, and then we probably go for the fraud soon. Not sure if immediately or later. Yep. They know about this one, so if they are not playing a card, it means that either they cannot, because it's like a removal. They're not doing anything, sure. I will draw a card at the end step, so I'm only wasting 1 mana. Man, I love this, that we discarded 2 cards with a single Bandit sound. That's so cool. Alright. I'm feeling the pressure. You know, this is already 4 damage. Alright. I mean, those are answers. That wasn't an instant, but it could be a counter spell. It could be a counter spell. Let's go like this. Perfect. Oh yes, do you enjoy the value? And we also have something that, you know, can block all of the creatures, so it's not very easy for them to attack. They will probably -2, get one of them for flying, and then we can kill it. Let's see if they go all in. I think they will attack only with this guy. And I want to keep them low on the life total. Don't forget, every time, like we can go Ruthless Negotiations with... Okay, this is nice. Oh man, it's probably not a good card, to be absolutely honest. I want to make sure that there's... Alright, you got me, you got me. So they won't have 2 cards, so we are not drawing with this on the next turn. If I attack, they will block with probably this guy and -2 again. They could also double block, but they risk that if I have removal, they lose everything. Right, I guess they don't care. I guess they don't care. Okay, okay. We got it. We kinda did it without the sweeper. So only Elspeth is in their game plan, basically. I could make a fish. If they whiff, we can start hitting this loyalty, but they will have a token, right? Even though we are not drawing cards, we force them to not play whatever they draw. And, you know, the damage is always nice, but it's already there. This is for future, because on the next turn we can go Ruthless Negotiation. As you can see, we are not a control deck. We are tapped every single turn. Great that we have Demolition Field for this one. Oh, they played the card, so we are getting value. I didn't expect this. Oh, this is nice. This is actually nice. First things first. A good tap. And I think we are winning this. And we are close to a moment when we will start using the counter spell. And then it turns out it doesn't work. I think that might happen. Having Demolition Field here is absolutely insane. That's why we play so many of them. Because the whole point is that if we are both in top deck situation, the guy with lands like Mirex Fountainport wins overall. So that's why we have so many Demolition Fields, to make sure that we are this guy. That was all calculated, huh? You didn't think that we are so meticulous with our planning. Do I want to draw a card? I think we just go this, honestly. This also kinda forces them into this awkward spot. Like, if they spend the card, we are drawing 2 cards a turn and dealing damage. If they don't play the card, they know we can force it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And having 2 cards a turn kinda helps us beat control even. If they attack, we can start attacking Elspeth a little bit, maybe. Yeah, they are feeling the pressure. They won the live game. Because the talent is already dealing a lot of damage. We could trade here. Okay, I'll take this 1 damage because they might want to cast something that we want to counter. And they don't have any support, so they cannot win the counter spell war as long as we don't tap. Let's make a fish. This will negate this, they will -2, but that's basically the same as dealing 2 damage to Elspeth. So we can attack. Oh, but then... Right, what is the card? It seems to be a removal, right? Or something like Silver Scrutiny, maybe? It's really hard to say. Well, this was not the best draw of my life. 2 lands. We know it was an instant because they thought about it. So I think I will try to, you know, hit Elspeth a little bit. Just you know, a love tap. Just get this loyalty a little bit lower. It changes how they play a little bit. So if we cast this, they will just cast the spell probably. We have what? 6, 8 mana. So we can go this into counter spell potentially. It's not the worst. It also... Oh, but we want to make a fish, or at least threaten that we can. Fish into clue is what? Alright, let's go. Whatever. Because this way we force them to use it, right? If they target fish, we can always draw a card if we want. Like, I think it's a little bit better, because it forces them to be always at, you know, 0-1 cards. You sneaky, and let's sit. Does it work? Yes! It's part of the casting, so I can use any color for this. Alright, that was kinda scary. So they will get another hit for 6, but then Elspeth will be at 1 loyalty. That's insanely good draw. Oh, that was such a good draw. Oh, this changed the whole game right now. It's not over yet, but it actually makes an insane difference. They were on the verge of getting overrun. Right now they are not. Yeah, alright. We need to work for this, man. I mean, let's go Demolition Field, because we might actually discard the land. Alright guys, we need to really go for it. If we play... So I kinda want to go Deadly Cover Up, get rid of all the counter spells probably. At least the big ones. And then go Liliana. If I attack, they will block, right? I mean, 1 damage shouldn't matter. Let's see. Maybe they won't. Like, 1 loyalty... See? 1 loyalty matters way more than 1 life gain. I don't think we need Demolition Field right now, so let's go like this, just in case. And I know that I will discard something, not sure what. Let's go for... This actually matters. We want this in the graveyard and this in the graveyard. Because we can reanimate first one, and we can, you know, flashback the other one. And I really think this is 3 steps ahead. This gives them such a card advantage. Alright, scary. So they have Make Your Move, that is meaningful. But I think we can go around it. Eternal Wanderer. A lot of life gain. Oh boy. This will be harsh. Creature, alright. So we can discard it. They don't have the mana to use it. They are lacking 1 mana to get rid of our Bandit's talent. Man, this is clutch. Absolutely clutch. And that means Virtue of Persistence will start doing stuff. They still have the tokens, but we can cast both sides of Virtue, so we are getting a decent 2-4. Oh my god, this hurts so much. If not this talent, we absolutely had... Oh my god, into Emperor. Alright, with those draws, I think we're falling behind. But to be fair, they have so many big draws. And that's a start. We have creatures, right? They don't.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Yep. That's why we are doing those things. And with one in the graveyard, we can deadly cover up to get rid of all of them. That was one of my first thoughts when I started seeing the library. If we can get rid of one of them, maybe you can sweep the board fully. It will be such a tall order. Eternal Wonder doesn't lose loyalty by making tokens, so it will just continue for the rest of the game. And we don't have a way to mill them. We kinda need to keep them at... oh my god. He's just a really good player, man. Alright, alright. We're doing a lot of cards every turn, but it won't be easy. Alright. We can kinda play everything. Nearly. I really want to get rid of this card. Also, we threaten the ultimate, kinda. Oh, this is so not what I want to discard. Okay, this was meaningful. And they kinda want to they can level up and make a couple of this, and then we go for the throat. Aclazotz is extremely threatening card. Not only deals damage, helps us raise, but also draws so many cards. So if they don't draw something super good very quickly... alright. Whatever, I forgot that Emperor just does everything. Oh boy, yep. Man, those two draws made such a big difference. Alright, level 3 for this sweet double striking power. They can try to go for... oh, they're smart. They know we have to kill this guy. This is 11 damage, we cannot allow it. Let's see how they attack, because Liliana ultimate is on the board. If they make a bad split, full swing face. Alright, 1 damage? More than enough. Absolutely more than enough. Why would I need more than 1, right? Oh my god, I'm at 1. I'm basically dead right now. Oh boy, I'm not sure how we play this. And land, sure. They know that we can always discard cards easily. Well, not the draw that makes the biggest difference. Alright. Alright, this is super important. I think we can mind game them into making a bad call. I don't know what's going on. Well, I could get rid of all the creatures, right? Nah. Nah, let's go for this. Right, it won't be about the lands. Either they keep this engine, or they keep the rest of the board. I think this is the split. Man, we are so good at evil Liliana splits, because they will hope that we can, that they will win the game with this. And they will probably keep it, especially that it supports all the next draws. And without those, yeah, go for it. I think this is a good split. I really like, and I love playing Proof Liliana. Like, this is so good, because depending on your decision and how you vision game, it will be completely different between the players. This is the type of design I really like always. And if they are thinking long, you know you made the right split. If they instantly took one of the piles, it usually means that it was an easy choice and one of the piles is simply better. Here they actually struggle because they know it's either one win con or the second win con. See? That's exactly what I hoped for. Oh, it also debuffed everything. And now we go for this and we are like, well, you made the wrong choice, my friend. Oh boy. Do we go for a removal here? I have absolutely no idea, so let's make this. Am I getting something? Oh, I didn't know I have double Aclazotz. It's fine. I should probably remember those things. Alright, do we remove... because they can draw 3... no, they cannot. And we have 3 mana. Okay, so that means the draw doesn't change anything. And that gives us better chance. Alright guys, I think we're winning this thanks to Liliana, and we have shown our... Are you serious? This kinda solves everything for him. He also gets the token and I cannot make a fish. And this will be tapped. I think this is one of the best draws of the whole deck right now. Is there a difference between 2-2 and 3-3? I don't think it is. We will make a treasure then at the end step. Oh my god, this is so good for him. We're at 1, don't forget, everything that hits us is a lethal. We're doing a lot of cards, but that's it, nothing more. We can get this, but it will be tapped, and this will be the one turn that they have to win. Maybe I should... man... If I draw one Disfigure, I will regret this a lot. Alright, our opponent is thinking, I'm not sure what. There's no point in doing it main phase, so... I think he forgot that it's not the end of the turn. I think he forgot that the token will be created, and he just, you know, passed the turn and he thought that it will be my move. Let's go for the treasure. We can also draw a card in the worst case, but man, please don't make me lose like this. Oh my god, I will lose like this. I don't think it's good enough. Oh my god, I see the play. Guys, I see the play. I hope we have enough mana. I know. Listen, this is how I need to play to win this game, alright? And now we can make a fish that will block this. Huh? That's a pretty decent one. But we cannot play anything then. And then we end up with Aclazotz, and I'm sure they won't top deck another answer. Don't forget, they had 2 Planeswalkers and Caretakers down, and they decided to not use it to win the game. By the way, if they took this pile, they would win 100%. That's why we had to mind game this. Please, this is just one. Alright. It's just live game, it doesn't matter super much. But they have another card. Okay, if they keep the card, that's good for us. Oh my god, please don't tell me that they drew removal and I'm losing the game. Please, not like this. Not like this. Did they really draw it? Of course they did. Of course they top deck an instant win. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, how every play can be countered by good card from the top. I'm losing. One card was enough to win the game. On the next turn I would win because I hit with Aclazotz, I'm back to 6 and I get 3 cards a turn. Oh man, Schaffer always wins in the end. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a great game, but I'm super sad that we lost because he just drew an answer. Our plan was so good. We did so many good choices, and in the end it didn't matter. Alright, our opponent is going first, but we have a lot of 1-drops. Let's see what exactly our opponent is playing. So, my guess is that he's playing beta aggro deck, because I've already met this land, and it was in an aggro deck. And they used it to refarm me. Because I was trying the mirror and it didn't work. Alright, it's not that... That's interesting. Is that really worth a tap just to deal 1 damage? I guess so, but... That's interesting. So our game plan is to try to fight for, you know, the card advantage. It won't be easy. So what is their third play? Well, hopefully not Forge. We can beat a lot, but not Forge. Especially that they're on the play. Yep, that was a dead card, so they do not mind at all. Well, this is one of our worst matchups, especially if we're on the draw. So, if we can win this, we can win everything. Alright, Liliana is here. Aclazotz is nice. I'll be honest, I really want to start discarding their cards. I really do. And I think Deadly Cover-Up is good, but I don't think we have luxury to wait for so long. I need to start discarding as soon as possible. Man, like those are the cards, but that means they have another, so Liliana will die unfortunately. But then we can go with Investigator into Aclazotz, we just need to be good at Magic and draw 2 untapped lands. I mean, we have only untapped lands, so, you know. And as you can see, there are 2 cards right now. As you can see, they are at 1 card right now. Not the best draw, I would really prefer a land because it does the same thing but better. But you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, that's a start, right? Please don't draw good cards and let me draw a land and we can win then. If he does nothing, this is kinda rough. Not gonna lie, this is a good draw. We have go for the throat for this guy. Huh, we can hit the last one. You know, I would really love to play my spells, but if I'm not able to, I guess that's the second best thing. What was the last card? Lockdown? Oh my god, that was lockdown. That they waited for level up. They wanted to catch us off guard. And this cheap damage actually matters. Like, it will be a lot of damage. Perfect. Should they play this? Probably just for Surveil, because if that's a land, it just saves them the turn. Alright, I hope they will -2 again, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I wish they ramped me during my turn, but of course they won't. Right. So that's a good decision by them. I think they want to get rid of Demolition Field, which is good because they have Fountainports, and Fountainport is a big deal for their deck. Let's take the mana, because why not? But of course we can only use 2 at the instant speed. Let's take a land. It actually lowers our chance of drawing another one. And I mean, we know everything, right? Nothing going on. They will attack, we kill it, and we go from there. They will probably -2 this. Oh my god, can I please be able to play the game? Man, 1 land and we would do twice as much since 3 turns. Even though he's not drawing anything, Elspeth is basically a draw every turn. So, like, he is recovering because our draws suck. That's not great. And this is, you know, not the best draw, but something that at least does something. But I really need to start doing cards, man. Like, if I can level up to 3, Bandit's Talent, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn. Like, this is insane difference. At least with Liliana, we can keep their hand to 0 always. But we could be way more ahead if we drew a little bit better. Deadly Cover-Up will be something we probably use during this game. Alright, they want to scry. Interesting. Top. Top is scary. Okay. Okay. I know. It hurts. Do I go for Lili? It's not worth it, right? She will die anyway, and absorbing 1 damage makes no difference. The fact that we are drawing cards is all that matters. What was the top card? They liked it, so obviously they want Caretaker's Talent right now. This is probably their best draw because it instantly redraws itself with Elspeth, so they already got the value. I will have to Deadly Cover-Up probably super soon, and I need to start recovering. So their idea is that they want to stack cards, so we don't get, you know, what we want. Is that Investigator turn? I think so. I think so. If they have Lightning Helix, they will punish this super hard, but that's it. Oh, that was a Sunfall. We got the value. Value is nice, and we can start blocking those tokens. Alright, alright. Man, we dealt so much damage with this Bandit Talent. They were 23. Okay, this is a huge deal. This is a full whiff on turn that they super needed to go, you know, really hard. Alright, we're getting the sweet advantage. Alright, let's play the round. Okay, we need to win from here. We need to actually win from here. So if I attack, they will just block. We don't really gain anything. If I Deadly Cover-Up, I don't get any kind of value here. Oh boy. Oh boy. If I play Aclazotz, that's so good, right? They cannot plus. This is a bit of a risky play, but I really think it's worth it. I should attack first, probably. And I will go for Aclazotz. I want to keep it well fed, you know? Yeah. With the live game? Yep, good call. With the live... So if they whiff right now, I think they will lose the game. They need something extreme. Oh my god. That is a horrible... I have to say, this guy is drawing actually mostly lands in the end game. I can feel for him. Like, if he drew Caretaker's talent, the game would be completely different. But he didn't. He absolutely didn't. And I think with this, we are fully in control of this game. We can start killing this. That means they are losing Elspeth. And they I think this is close to scoop. I think they will scoop very quickly. Let's go face. With the lifelink, we don't need to be defensive. We are doing 3 cards. Man, we are doing insane levels of cards. They don't need to block anything, right? Alright, that's good for us. Good for us. They lost all the advantage they had the whole game, basically, on this turn. Do we go super hard on Investigator? Yep. Yep, definitely. The harder we push them, the better for us. You can just use it as a 4 mana 4/3, it's good enough. With Ruthless Negotiations, Bandit talent will always deal damage and always gain value. We just need to keep enough removal, but with Aclazotz we can basically race without killing those creatures. Yep, this is probably their last draw of the game. If it's bad, they probably will scoop. Alright, Disfigure target. Let's see if they want to go to combat phase. I wonder what the plan is. Probably just to attack with this so we trade into Investigator, but we're killing this. Like, they're not only 1 mana short then. Alright, what is the play? I don't think they can save it in any way. I think they can Lightning Helix something maybe. Yeah, that's Lightning Helix, I think. Where's the tower? Alright, close enough. 3 damage, just in a different form. Alright, good call, good call. So their plan was to try to find a loophole in our defense and just try to abuse it so they deal maximum damage, but it won't work with Aclazotz. To be absolutely fair, our opponent lost on top decks. He just didn't draw the cards he needed. If he got Caretaker's talent, the game would be completely different. Absolutely completely different. But we are just drawing so many cards, like, they are insanely behind and they cannot recover from this. Even if they draw the best card, it's just too late. Yep, and they don't have too much time, so let's go for the crew. Even if they draw a land, we can instantly punish it. Alright, maybe I should draw first. So that was a slight misplay on my part. And yeah, unfortunate for our opponent, to be absolutely honest. They drew so many lands in the endgame and they just didn't have any kind of plays. And you can see how weak this deck is unless they go get this Caretaker's engine, you know, into play. Alright guys, before we start the outro, alright, because I have some, you know, foreseeing capabilities, and I can already see this comment, it will probably happen anyway. But Sloth, if you didn't play Aclazotz, the one that was exiled by Eternal Wanderer, and then you lost one of them, you could play the second one, and if they drew get lost for the fish, they would still lose the game because you had the second Aclazotz, and you wouldn't lose this 30-minute game. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. Alright, I watched the video, I realized that it actually made a difference and I think I would win the game if I played it better. However, they still drew it, alright? Alright, there's truth in between of those two theories. So still, I wasted one of the Aclazotz, and that was the Aclazotz that would be untapped if I played it. So even though they would use Get Lost to kill the Aclazotz, I would still have to block with a fish, this, you know, artifact token, and then I get 2 or 3 extra cards and I need to find a solution again. However, I would get extra turn, so if my draw was good, I would win the game. If my draw was 3 lands, I would still lose. So, you know, just to keep things clear. And before we go into this deck, I want to say a huge thank you to our amazing patrons that allowed epic games like this to be played and be enjoyed by everyone. So thank you guys for your continuous support. It makes a huge difference for the channel. And yeah, What about this deck? Guys, I was so excited to play this one. Even though I know that this card is not something super new, I realized that if we go super hard on this whole discard, like 4 negotiations, 4 talents, 4 Liliana. Liliana is a huge part of this deck, because not only she always keeps every opponent at 0, but she also gives you instantly a win con that wins the game if they don't have answers. So this is a great combination. Of course, we don't run Shrouded because that's a bad card, so instead we are going Hostile Investigators that, you know, casually trade 3 for 1, because why not? Alright, 3 for 1, why not? Extremely good card, and it also synergizes with things like Liliana, so you can basically draw cards every turn. In reality, the point of the deck is that you have so oppressive discard that your opponent will always be at 0 cards. Sometimes some players, me included, like to stack those cards because, well, if you have 2 or 3 cards, the Bandit talent doesn't draw cards, and suddenly you don't get any value from your whole, you know, game plan. However, with this build, you always have Negotiation in the graveyard, Hostile Investigator, Liliana in the board, so you are destroying those hands super hard to such extent that your opponent just sees no point in keeping the cards even. So they just play everything, and you are always in a top deck war. One of the reasons we, you know, play triple Demolition Field is that we always want to make sure that we are ahead on the, you know, the cool lands. Honestly, I think you could go even to 4 Demolition Fields. This is probably the only deck that fully supports it, but you know, we have costs like Heist, which is double black. We want to have double black on turn 3, so I didn't want to overdo it. We are already kinda, you know, kinda strong on the colorless mana, so I didn't want to overdo it. And yeah, honestly, the deck is super fun. We don't play too many sweepers. I try to play 0 sweepers, but I've tested the deck and I was overwhelmed with bunnies and rabbits, whatever they are, and every card they play was 2 cards in 1, I kid you not. And when I kill those creatures, they start buffing itself. So I actually had a removal for every card they had, and they get so much extra value from those 1-drops that they actually overwhelmed me completely. So I added sweepers, and then I drew 3 of them in the next game. So that was interesting. So guys, I really enjoyed the deck. I think it's extremely fun discard to play. If you like your opponent not having options, this is the deck for you. And with things like Virtue of Persistence, Aclazotz, we actually can stabilize very nicely. And I really wanted to go super hard on this Disfigure, go for the like, look how much interaction we have in the early game. 8 1-drops, and even though the negotiation is not like the best against mono red, it still limits what they can do. If you can hit land, creature, or buff spell, that means less power. They need lands, they play as little as possible, so they probably have 2 lands, they don't want to discard one of their, you know, and risk staying on 1, and that means they are discarding probably a buff spell, and that can be like 5 less damage. So if you can start with this, you can feel that they have so much less power, and late game it is your card advantage. You can always draw a card with this. And yeah, with Persistence, go for the throws, and Heist, we can actually butcher their hands super quickly. Disfigures and this removal is super important because we are so heavy on Liliana, and she's absolutely best if there are no creatures in the board except 1. Then she shines. So with Disfigures and 2 mana removal, you can basically always make it work, and then she's just amazing. You keep her, you get rid of all the opponent's hand, and play the Aclazotz or something. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed. I was way too excited for this deck for some reason, but it was super fun to play. I guess I like this card, and if you like it too, it should do. So thank you for watching, guys. As always, really do appreciate you, and just thank you for, you know, being part of the channel and being so cool every single day. And yeah, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow.